I had a good day and gave myself, well, got a reason for my ego to become big enough to hurt myself. So I have a reason to be vain, and the cure to that is gratitude. So being grateful makes me, and I believe it's possible that even you can use gratitude as a cure for vanity. But the question is, gratitude to whom? Gratitude to what? Gratitude to an all, not an, the all encompassing potency. Wonderful, isn't it? I didn't come up with that, but you could find a way to get these things done, rephrase, and make what seems to be mundane or overused words and phrases rephrased, but there's a nuance to it, and I'm not going to tell you how to do it. Okay, okay. Maybe if you show me the money. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. So, it's through artificial intelligence, through ChatGPT, but there's a nuance to it. And I'm in two minds if I should tell you or not. Maybe after a few more minutes in through this video. But the core of this is how gratitude is the cure for vanity as the foundation to artificial intelligence saying it's so much better. Because even the title of this series, inclusive, inclusive is the word that comes to mind, but it's actually inventive insights. So obvious that I didn't come up with it. But it's perfect for a playlist about insights that are so beautiful and hopefully helpful that can be made even better through artificial intelligence. So, what I wanted to call this series was creativity tips, but I don't like the word tips. Tips sounds so like tippy. And creativity, I've said it so many times, and even creative school is with a K, it's not with a C. So, that at least puts creative school in a special place, I hope. Truly creative. But to say that this is creativity tips or creative tips makes it so overused and not good enough. So I told ChatGPT the paid version, yeah, with some nuances, GPT-4 to rephrase what creativity tips was, and gave it some conditions how I want the new version to be, some advanced prompting that I can teach you. There's a sense of an art to it too, but ChatGPT GPT-4 rephrased creativity tips to, I can't even remember it. It's so inventive insights. It has to be ingrained in my mind enough to understand that artificial intelligence is coming from a place that is so far away from my normal strain of thought that I need to get accustomed to this. I need to get accustomed to integrating it into my life and making it part of my work, my education, and my learning and teaching. So it's so fantastic that even highest power, I wanted to attribute my gratitude. God is so overused and has so many connotations that are sensitive. So I try not to use that word, even though it is so potent. I thought of you saying highest power as another version of God. But without using the word God, I gave GPT-4 highest power and some conditions, and it came up with all encompassing potency as the source of, not the source, the, well, maybe a source also, but as what I'm giving gratitude to, so that it is all encompassing, so that it's inclusive, and my gratitude gets through to a place where it is understood. Yeah. And I don't feel vain anymore. So artificial intelligence, GPT-4, with some advanced prompting that I was talking to one of my students earlier today about, to make his book cover. So we were doing some advanced prompting on both ChatGPT and Midjourney, and it's so fantastic that all this is possible. That even though it's not easy to learn, because there's a sense of an art to this, and a good teacher will definitely help. I was telling him earlier today, the same student that I was helping with writing the book, who's enrolled for the creative AI course, about using artificial intelligence to write and publish a book. So I was telling him about how probably a good teacher can be replaced only by another good teacher, and artificial intelligence can definitely replace a bad teacher, but the human experience of good education, both receiving it and giving it, is, well, definitely a spiritual experience. Just like business can be a spiritual experience, where demand and supply are met in a way that just makes sense. So I do my best to do that with Creative School. My work is definitely not for everybody. I was looking at a, I happened to come across a VC venture capitalist earlier today, and made me rethink, will I ever need funding for my company? Do I ever want to scale it? And at least as of now, the answer is no. I'm happy being a solopreneur, a digital solopreneur, and I know that my work and hopefully the app I'm building cannot reach everyone. And it's good to come to terms with the fact that I cannot do everything for everyone. I have my niche. I want to, in the last couple of minutes, talk about two things. Yeah. One bit about how AI mentioned today in one of my discourses with ChatGPT that humans created it. And I asked, who is the inventor? I'll post that final clip at the end of this video, me having a conversation with GPT-4 about if artificial intelligence was invented or discovered, and who invented AI. So I thought about that, the work there, and came to terms with the fact that even though there are so many external influences that are not even from Earth, what makes these things happen is continual hard work, a process that is structured and is fueled in a long term. I don't think these things can happen just like snap and something new happens. No, it's not like that. There's usually a tipping point. There's usually a place where all the work culminates and suddenly a new door is opened and sort of a floodgate of something new shows up. So I keep thinking of how evolution happened, and from monkeys to humans, there's such a big jump. There's such a step up that is kind of inexplicable to me. That's what even jumping from computers to artificial intelligence seemed like comparable, but monkeys to humans is such a big jump. And Charles Darwin, when he was in the process of writing his Theory of Evolution book, he was actually stuck in some place where he saw some structure but couldn't figure out exactly what was going on. And he got a letter from a certain Wallace that mentioned the answer to what he was pondering about. And he, this certain Wallace actually gave a certain spiritual connotation to the whole thing, which was conveniently left away by science. And the whole theory of evolution was credited to Darwin. But the point I'm trying to make is, even if there is, no, for sure there is, yeah, spiritual intervention, it doesn't happen at one point in time and snap, it's something new happening. Or maybe it could too, Who am I to say? So, finally, the last bit I want to talk about is consistent hard work, consistent, structured hard work is what gives results and opens new doors. And the spiritual intervention bit, I can't explain. So I want to check what GPT-4 says about artificial intelligence being invented or discovered. So let's see what GPT-4 says. Viewed as an invention. Oh, okay. Human ingenuity. So AI says its creator is human. Principles of neural networks. Okay. It replicates the brain. Blend of both invention and discovery. Okay. Who invented AI? Single inventor. Okay, no single inventor. Logic. Okay. Somehow this doesn't make sense enough to me, yeah. I think from computer science to artificial intelligence is a big leap. Just like from monkeys to humans. In my experience, such big leaps happen only through big insights, inventive insights that are often outwardly. Or maybe I just like to think so.